So I find products online that already exist. I make websites for them, run social media, ads, do the website, and that's pretty much it.
So, next question, and I only have 6 questions, but the next couple questions are a little bit more in depth that I'll also talk about because although like I'm not making money from what I'm doing fully, I also dropped out of college and started my YouTube channel, and I know that's like sounds kind of immature, but like I also quit my job and stuff, and I had your support and stuff through this. But Jordan,
it's the same journey, you're just at a different time frame of the journey.
Yeah, and Jordan really inspired me to do so because I've always wanted to, but when I was going to college, I was too scared to take that risk, and my family really wanted me to stay in college, and I just really convinced them, like, let me take this semester off, and I'll start my channel, and if I don't do it, I'll go the next semester. But Jordan was my big inspiration through all of this, and he helped me and, you know, inspired me along the way to just take the chance and do it. So, of course, with all of this comes struggles. You know, you dropped out of college, you invested in courses, so what struggles have you faced emotionally, financially?
Yeah.
What have you run into that has kind of discouraged you in some ways?
Okay, that's a really big question. I think the first thing that I'm really grateful for myself was my parents are super open to me doing whatever I want, and they always trusted that I can do what I want. And the fact that I had that starting point where parents are judging me, they're not telling me I need to go to college or do a certain job, or I don't inherit some family business that my dad did that I have to keep running, or something along those lines. They gave me a very strong sense of self that I can do what I want, and there's no issues with that, and that gives me a lot of confidence to be able to do things. So I think I was very fortunate. I know a lot of people don't have that, but that's the main struggle everyone seems to run into. The first thing is like friends think you're dumb, family thinks you're dumb for doing these things that are against the norm. And it does take a lot of courage, self-belief, and faith that you can overcome your own discouragements. So you have to face the discouragement of yourself, because your own mind is going to be your biggest enemy. But on top of that, it's also your friends telling you, your mom telling you, your dad telling you that it's not going to work out. You should do something practical. You should have a plan B in case it doesn't work out. And that's like, if you have a plan B, you're already focused on something else. You're not going to make it.
You're not putting all your focus in that.
And there's a little quote that I used to do door-to-door sales, and the manager of my door-to-door sales team told me a quote that it takes 100% of a plane's engine to be able to take off when it's on a runway. If it even has 98%, it won't actually take off and take flight. But once you're flying, you only need 10-20% of the engine's power to maintain that flight.
That's interesting.
And I feel like if your back isn't against the wall when you're trying to succeed, you're not going to have enough pain and enough emotion and strength and passion to be able to make it to the other side of where your dreams are and passions. Like, there's another quote, I can't remember how it goes, but it's basically, you have to jump off the ship to try to swim to the island, and it's either sink or swim. You have to act like the ship's going down, and your only option is to go to the island where your dreams are, your passions are. So I think, like, the natural position for most people is their backs against the wall when they try to do something. Like, if you have kids and you're trying to make a dream work, and you have to take care of them, you have to take care of yourself, the expenses, your house payment. And that's the hardest part, is like quitting your job to be able to focus on creating your own income. this exact date
Yeah.
and all that, because then, as weird as it sounds, the universe understands what the goal is.
Yeah.
And it can help you and work with you to get the goal. If you're not clear what the exact goal is in your own head, it isn't clear either.
Yeah.
Because it's all just filtering through you.
Yep, I love that. So, back to like the struggles.
Yeah, I didn't really say what my struggles were.
What were some of your struggles like with figuring out what you wanted to do, and like, did you face any financial stresses?
Yeah, my previous girlfriend before, there was a point where I had like literally 70 cents in my bank account, and she was paying for things, and I've always been blessed that the people around me truly do believe in me and my ability, but my biggest issue was myself, and my own mind was the biggest critic. Like, I couldn't shut my own mind off, and whenever I saw really big kind of hurdles or challenges in front of me, obstacles I should say, that's when I would get really discouraged and kind of need the help from the other people to be able to believe in myself that I can get over that. Like, creating a really strong environment with friends and family that believe in you. Like, you're always going to need someone that's going to believe in you more than you believe in yourself.
I love that.
Because there's times it's going to be insanely discouraging, but I'd say my biggest issue was thinking the grass is greener on other sides, where I would jump into a business model or something that I thought I would succeed in, and then I didn't see instant results, and then I'd hear someone else is doing something. For example, I started doing social media marketing for local businesses. I was doing really bad at it. Then I heard about Amazon FBA, where you order products from China, ship them to an Amazon warehouse, and then sell your products on Amazon, and they do all the services. So I instantly jumped from what I was doing to a new opportunity. And then that worked out, but not too good, so I jumped to a new opportunity.
Yeah.
But if I just spent those years mastering the first thing, my results would have been way better than being average at all these different opportunities.
Yeah.
And it's called a shiny ball syndrome, where you're getting distracted by all these new shiny balls and these new opportunities, and everything seems better. Everything seems like a better opportunity. This person got rich so fast, they're doing this. Okay, so I'm gonna try that. But you don't see that they put 5 years of time into that thing before they got rich quick. So just being dedicated to one thing. There's a book called I think it's called The One Thing.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember who it's by, but that helped me a lot in having like a tunnel vision to focus on things. It's very important.
That reminds me also of Tony Robbins. He says to not put all your eggs in different baskets, like, as in, don't be mediocre at a lot of things, because you don't want the doctor that is good in, heart surgery as well as neurosurgery. You don't want neurology. Neurosurgeon. Yeah, neurosurgeon, or he also does a little bit of dabbling in heart surgery. You want the person that is going to be good at one thing, a master at one thing. And and you need to have that focus, and I think that's also one of my problems.
Yeah. It's easy to get like distracted with the internet, and especially social media. Like, that's where I would see all these people, like, I'm succeeding in Amazon FBA, I'm succeeding at this. I was like, well, why wouldn't I do that when this guy's
or
a
like
multi-millionaire doing this thing? Why would I do the thing I'm doing?
Yeah, that's also
comparing yourself.
Yeah, that is one of my biggest things. Like, with YouTube and everything, my main channel, I said it before, that I did it for like a whole year, and I don't know, maybe I had 400, 500 subscribers, and when I first started my main channel, I thought that in 2 months, like I set this goal to have 500 subscribers in 2 months, and although, like, don't limit yourself, set big goals, but I didn't, like, I thought it would grow that fast without focusing on, like, okay, I need to make content that's really good. Rather, I just focus, okay, I want 500 subscribers, and I wasn't focused on the fuel and intention behind it. But also, like, so it took so long to grow, and I was comparing myself to so many people. Like, some YouTubers post in their about section when they got monetized, and they like do sub tracking, where, on November 19th they had 1,000, November
take success and make it your own.
You draw inspiration and then, you know, do it your own way too, but you can
That's
just...
how humanity functions. Like,
yeah, on everything.
someone didn't invent every element to this modern society that we make. Everyone just does a small advancement,
Yep.
small advancement, and then you get to the point of having complex societies.
Okay, next question. What are some core beliefs that you have had, or that you have, that led to these successes and that keep you going? Because I know even now, like, even when you reach some goals, like, you still have discouragements and things that you feel like are holding you back. So what are some beliefs that you have?
The biggest one's kind of weird. When I was little, my parents told me I was special. Like, told me that when I was born, there was a feeling that wasn't there when my brother was born. Like, there was something different about me. And I even kind of heard that. Like, I grew up in going to church, and like, even people at church would say, like, you're special. I could tell that they would treat me differently than some other kids. And in like classrooms, I kind of felt different. I was very talkative, and people kind of gravitated towards me, and I really believed that I was special. And then watching shows like the Avatar: The Last Airbender and things like that, where I like resonated with the character Aang, like,
Yeah.
and I truly kind of just developed this belief that I'm different from most people, and
Yeah.
I can do things that most people can't do, and that core belief alone has done
Yeah.
like so much for me.
I bet.
It's honestly insane. Like, it's the most influential thing
Yeah.
to my success.
Especially at a young age, like, if you're told that you're something, because we get programmed from ages 0 to 7, and so those years are so influential. So what the world's telling you become your identity in a way, and it is possible to change your identity right now, of course, but those younger ages, like, are very, like, if you're getting told that, I would think I'm very special. I wish I had that.
Yeah, I have a lot of unique things that kind of have helped me, like parents that believe in me, things like that. But there's also been so many endless struggles. Like, it literally, if you're, I don't know if anyone here listening is trying to pursue a job in like self-employment, or trying to be a content creator themselves, or something where there isn't like a foundation for them to make money, like a job or other things like that, where you're going against the grain and doing your own thing. It's a endless journey of disappointments, discouragements. And there's no way to sugarcoat it. It is hard.
And business too.
Yeah, in business where your
That's so loud.
And in business where your finances, like your money, is also tied to what you do every day. Like, seeing your money go down when you fail is crazy. Like, to add that on top of failing, you're also strapped for money. Like, it's scary. And anyone that tells you or tries to paint the picture of like being self-employed or following your own passions is easy, it is not. It's the hardest journey you'll ever go through. But with that being said, it's not even comparable to having a normal job and sacrificing like 70% of your waking day just to make money doing something you hate. Like, that is far worse than any failures you would see going through doing what you want to do in life. Like, it's always worth it, but it's insanely hard.
Yeah. And especially the failure, like, it could motivate you also. Like, seeing losses, I feel like, okay, well, now I need to earn them again. I need to go back at it. But if you have a job that you hate and you're just drained after that, then the rest of your day is messed with. Therefore, you're just draining yourself every day. Rather, if you are in business and, you know, you see these failures, discouragements, although it can be draining, it's still part of, like, the motivation, the inspiration. It's part of, like, something that inside of you that can fuel you as well.
Yeah, like, you always, like, the best way to think about failures is, like, if you want to go really far, like, if I have a bow and arrow and I want to shoot it as far as I can, I have to pull it back as far as I can for it to go as far as it can. Like, all these failures are just pullbacks to take you to a farther place, because when you have a failure, you lost a tangible thing, but you gained information, you gained experience, you gained a lesson that isn't also am still keeping the knowledge that I knew before. That never disappears. It's
like,
just your tangible thing that disappears.
Yeah.
So you're never actually losing unless you give up.
Yeah. And on the content creation aspect, if you make a video in it and your eyes fails, if it doesn't get a lot of views, so you learn from it, you change the next video. But those videos are also not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And later on, people can discover them.
Yeah, the algorithm can randomly explode old videos on TikTok, YouTube, anything.
So if you're feeling like you're failing in content creation, if you want to do that, there's so many ways to learn, like from mistakes that you made, and with YouTube especially. And although I'm still a small YouTuber, like, I do intend to grow, and I'm not giving up until it does. Well, I'm never giving up, but anyway, every video you learn something, as well as learn from the people around you.
And another core belief that really kind of got me to the place I am is I've kind of labeled myself in my head as someone who enjoys to learn. So
that's good.
If you have an endless desire to learn more and self-improve and continually just be a student throughout life, nobody knows what's going on.
Yep.
Anyone that says they know what's going on,
we're all just winging it.
That's the ego saying they know what's going on.
Yeah.
Absolutely no one knows what's going on here. So the best thing you can do is learn from everyone and use that collective information to make your own opinions about things, make your own judgments and stuff. But if you continually have a kind of funnel that just is giving you new information, you're consistently learning, that's how you're going to be able to get to the points you want. That you're going to have those breakthroughs where if you keep learning, you finally make that video that gets 100,000 views, gets 1 million views.
Yeah. And keep integrating. The integration process.
That is true. You have to act on the information. I could read 1 million books, and if I'm not acting on that information, it's just I have a valuable mind. I don't have a valuable. I have an abundant mind, not an abundant life, not an abundant.
That's really good.
Situation or circumstance. So action's the biggest thing.
That's honestly inspiring me because I'm a stubborn person. With all the things that I create, I am kind of, sometimes Jordan will help me out on what I can do to make things better. And I'm resistant sometimes because our ego likes to think, I know what to do, I know what's going on, I know the perfect way, but it does not. And we need to open ourselves to other people's opinions, the world, open ourselves to new information and stay open and not close off when something goes against our program.
And not to toot my own horn, but that's probably one of the biggest assets I have is I'm the first to admit that what I'm doing right now could be improved.
Which is good.
If someone is there that's clearly doing better than me in business, I do drop shipping stores, if I see someone that's generating more revenue than me on their stores, I'm the first one to offer to pay them to teach me. I'm the first one to say, hey man, clearly I don't know what I'm doing. I would love to learn from you. There's a book, 48 Laws of Power, and it goes over something, I think it's the first law that says never outshine your master, which has all these complex meanings, but basically it's very important to have a master in life or someone that's ahead of you, and you never want to outshine them. You always want to come to them as the student. And that opens up the pathway where they can just regurgitate all the valuable information they know. Because if someone comes up to me that has less or is at a lower position and wants to be where I'm at in life, and I see they're passionate, I see they have drive, and they really want success, of course I'm going to funnel that to them. It gives me a reward, it gives me happiness, and it refuels my passion to keep going even farther than I am in my own path. So if you can find people that are ahead of you, show them that you're ready to go, you're ready to learn, you're excited to grow. It's always going to happen. It's a natural process of life.
A cycle. It also reminds me of, they say to have people that, I don't know how many people, but have people that are ahead of you, have people that are where you are, and then have people behind you you may think that, like, because I'm from another perspective, you're not really ahead or behind because we're all on our own paths.
Yeah.
What I think that we're talking about is like someone that has tangible results.
Yeah,
like
material results.
Yeah, like more subscribers, same business, same small YouTuber, and then someone that wants to start a YouTube channel, so that I can be there to help them, as well as the people that I'm with. We can grow with each other, and then you get inspired from the people ahead of you.
Yeah, community is big.
Yeah, which is something that I'm learning a lot this year that I've never, I've always been like, I got this on my own.
That's what I've struggled with too. Like, I've had no friends that are running businesses with me that I can talk about things with. I've had no friends that are kind of pushing consistently and relentlessly trying to hit goals and all this thing. Like, it's been very hard to find people at a young age that I feel I can fully resonate with on a not only financial standpoint in life, but just in a sense of setting goals and being very hungry. Like, my outlet has been financial, and I like business because it's like a video game for me. I can just keep leveling up and playing because I've been addicted to video games like my whole life. But it's hard to find people that are on like the same frequency, and that's something that I lacked a lot in my life, and that's
me too.
A reason that I've kind of been like going solo through a majority of my like 20s and kind of later teens.
Yeah, me too. Because I've been very introverted and like just do my own thing. Feeling like I can't connect to people on that level. So
that's why social media is nice, because you can find those people, because usually they're not in the same state as you.
Literally.
Or country.
See, he's from a different state. We're long distance, and all my friends are living in different states. And well, I didn't meet you on social media, but my good friends I met on social media, so take advantage of it.
It's probably the only way you'll find people super similar to you if you're doing very unique things.
Yeah. Okay, next question. To the viewer, or to anyone, advice you'd give someone with a big dream or goal?
The first instant thought is find someone that's done it. And
To inspire you.
try to directly connect with them. Find someone that's gotten halfway to that result that you want. Like, let's say the person that has the result you want has 2 million followers. You cannot reach out with them. You cannot connect with them if that's completely out of the picture. Find someone who has the lowest level of the goal you want and connect with them any way you can.
That's cool.
You're only going to learn from someone teaching you. Like, if you think about medieval time periods when if someone wanted to learn to be a blacksmith, they just went to the blacksmith and got an apprenticeship. That's how knowledge transfers. It's through physically doing, finding someone that's actually a master in it, and working directly with them.
That's cool.
And just make your way up the like totem pole or ladder of success until you're able to integrate with those people that have the exact goal you want. And over years, you'll just mimic the things they do. They'll teach you, and you just get there eventually.
Having that inspiration is big. I thought you were gonna say enter the void. Just take the risk.
It says enter above there. Out of the frame.
You only see
taking the risk for sure. Like, you're never gonna be fully ready for anything in life. Like, for example, like being a parent, you'll never know, okay, I think I'm ready to have a kid. You'll never get to that point ever in your entire life.
In every moment, we're just winging it.
No one will be like, okay, I feel ready to start a business. Because you have no clue what starting a business is like. Essentially, you're never gonna feel ready to jump into something that's just not how the world functions.
Especially if it's unknown. We're never ready for the unknown. We just have to, get into it and just make it a known.
Like, if you want to teach a baby how to swim, they just throw the baby in. And hopefully it turns around and puts its head up in the air. Like, I'm a firm believer of life is harsh. So you kind of just gotta not be a wimp and jump into things and just commit and just do it.
Masculine energy. I have the
Life's not gonna go easy on you. It doesn't get easier, it gets harder. You just get better.
And I have the feminine belief that life only gets better, it only gets more fun.
I mean, there's a lot of truth to be said, because your inner world reflects your outer world. So if you're getting better, the circumstances don't get easier, you just get way better.
Get better handling them.
So it's less of a stress, it's less of an issue.
You just have to get used to something.
There's truth in both of those. So tried to edit a 10-minute video, at first it could have taken you 3 hours. And now it can take you 2 minutes to edit a 10-minute video. Because you know exactly what to do. The brain can just do it instantly.
And going back real quick to what we were saying about you never feel ready, like in the future you won't. I heard this theory the other day that, so time is an illusion, of course. So we think that we're moving linear with time's like this, and we're going through it. The future is over here, the past is over here, and we're working our way. But there's a spiritual YouTuber that did a meditation, and she got this visualization that time is in a spiral upwards. So it's a bunch of moments in this moment.
That's cool.
And it's going through you, like, but it's vertical. I mess that up so many times. But it's going vertical. It's only here right now. There's not a future event that you're gonna feel ready.
It's just a collection of nows.
And so you just have to get it in that moment, and then
I like the spiral.
You work your way up
And also, like, our DNA is in a spiral, the double helix, like.
Oh, that's cool.
It's kind of cool.
That's
like, I feel
really
like nature always has a physical correspondence to.
That's really cool. I meant to tell you that, by the way, earlier. That's cool. Next question, we have 2 more. What are your biggest goals in life? Because I know you still have a lot of goals ahead of you. And how do you want to live? Those kind of go hand in hand.
Biggest goal, I've always wanted to get to the point where I could be like, I think the official term is like an angel investor, but essentially what people do on Shark Tank, where you have a ton of capital, a ton of money to be able to like interview people that say, hey, this is the business I want to start, and you get to see people's passions and work with them and see these new ideas, the cutting edge of business, and you get to choose which ones you think can potentially have success, and then just kind of inject it with all the information you know to blow up businesses insanely fast.
That's cool.
And you could put $1 million in and turn it into $100 million a year revenue business easily, because you already have a ton of money, you already know how to do it. So that seems to me like the ultimate part of the game. Like, you've mastered the game, and then you get to help other people get to the point of mastering the game as well, while also getting more money for yourself. Like, that seems like the most absolute end goal.
Give and receive.
I'd also like to be really big into real estate. I would love to own a ton of properties in a ton of different locations. Have Airbnb properties that I rent out. Create like custom design homes. Like, I would love to own a business where I design homes. Like, if I can think me being a 50-year-old man having a couple $100 million, like, that would be like the dream, where I just teach people business for fun out of genuine enjoyment and invest in businesses only that I like and I choose. And then I also design homes, not like sell homes, like I never be a real estate agent, but just be in the real estate game, investing, finding cool locations, creating my own properties, traveling a ton. That would be the absolute dream.
I love that. And also because, like, you really like seeing other people succeed. So, like, if you can help them with business and they get to be successful.
It's just a win-win.
And life's all about getting and receiving. Like, a lot of the times we think that we always need to be giving, but what about receiving? I think a lot of people, well, I don't know, because there can be, like, some selfish people, but I think
if you think about it like breath, like, you can only breathe in so much until you have to exhale to get the next breath.
Exactly.
You can only take so much out of life before you have to give to be able to receive more. Life's about flow. It's about the passing between two things. It's not about the hoarding.
Because then we just not be balanced. Some of my biggest goals, I want to do that too. With you. I love houses. Like, just walk.
Real
I can
estate's
walk.
different.
I can walk through model homes all day, all week.
Yes.
Like, and ever since I was younger, I love interior design and, like, decorating, and I'm very passionate about environment.
You can see with our amazing podcast setup.
Jordan actually did all this. But I just love this podcast, how they eat wings as they talk. I want to drink drinks and make drinks, like boba drinks, like very unique.
Cutesy aesthetic drinks.
Yeah, like teas, just very cool drinks. And
Have the intro, you're making the drink.
yeah, because like I'm including ASMR in it.
Yeah.
Whispered. So, I want to have guests, and they can also be ASMR creators, potentially, that know how to, do ASMR, interview them or something. But I also want people that, like you, he doesn't know anything about ASMR, but we can still sit here and whisper and talk about goals in life. So I want to have guests that, they have to try ASMR, they have to whisper, and interview people. Like, I really want to take this far, because it's a really exciting idea.
No, there's a crazy amount of potential in the sense that nobody's doing.
Yeah.
Like, literally, there's nothing like this. Like, podcasts are such an amazingly huge thing. ASMR is such a huge industry.
Huge.
And you're listening to ASMR videos for an hour anyway.
Yeah, like whispered
podcasts
rambles.
are average an hour.
Yeah.
Like, it just seems too perfect, and it's pretty bizarre that it hasn't been done.
I know, and I'm just very excited. So, I hope you're excited too. Don't forget, if you're a new viewer, subscribe, stay tuned, because
A lot of big things coming.
Big things are coming, I feel it. Alright. So yeah, travel, spiritual goals. Yeah.
Travel's a big one.
Okay, and then, I guess, well, the last question
you guys so much.